I remember hearing about this interview that Kanye did, and he said that clothes are more important than money because you get money and the first thing you do is go and get fresh.
Yeah.
You go and buy clothes with the money, so it's like the clothes are almost more important
Absolutely.
than money.
Yeah.
When you look at the impact that Kanye has made on fashion, and it took a while to get here,
Yep.
but when you see what he's doing now, from your point of view, what do you see?
Well, I'll take you back deeper with Kanye, who's a friend of mine who, when he first came to, because we connected in New York, right, when Through the Wire came out, and I met with him and his manager, Don C, and I had two rappers that I was trying to get into, get on, and me, Kanye, and Don C sat down. He's like, Kanye will look out for you and do some stuff for your rappers if you, feed some information to Kanye on the clothing thing. And I was like, cool. So he came to LA, and, we used to go to his house and hang out, and he used to like drop some knowledge on me and what he wanted. The guy's like a straight manifester. He manifested everything that he says that's happening now. He told me one-on-one in my Range Rover. He was like, yo man, I want to be big like Jay-Z in fashion. He says, like when Jay-Z puts something on, everybody wants to wear what he has on. I said, yeah. He says, that's what I want to be. That's how I want to be in fact. I want to become a fashion icon. I was like, cool. I was like, I'm sure you'll be able to do that. And everything the man said, he made it happen. I'm taking you back to when Through the Wire was out. I don't know what year that was,
2005 or something.
Yeah, whatever it was. I mean, that's just one-on-one. So it doesn't surprise me that he's able to achieve the thing, because he said it. And he whatever he says, he's going to make it happen.
Right.
And I know how much he wanted this to happen in fashion, and he wanted to make a statement in fashion. And lo and behold, he's making one of the biggest statements that's been out so far in urban street fashion, which is good for him.
Well, I had heard that before the Adidas deal and everything else like that, he actually tried to finance his own fashion line, and it ended up losing millions of dollars. Like I heard the reason why he's saying he's 52 million in debt was because of that whole thing. Do you know anything about what happened with that?
I don't. I don't really know inside like how much money he invested, how much he lost, but I know he's a winner and he's going to figure it out. And to be in the fashion business, for one, you got to have a gambler's mentality, because this business is a very, very risky business.
Right.
You could lose a lot and make a lot. And you can lose a lot quicker than you can make a lot.
Sure.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
One or two mistakes with production, people not paying their bills, bad runs, stuff don't sell, you're done. And especially you don't have more finance to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. So I can understand how you could lose very quickly and lose a lot. So I think that only the smart ones survive. And if you don't have that gambler's mentality, this is not the right business for you. For certain, You're not going to like this business.
I mean, it was interesting because I remember I interviewed Twister, and this was right at the time that Kanye was leaving Nike and moving to Adidas. And Twister, being from Chicago, was like,
I think the Yeezys will make the hype as big, and that's just what I think. I think if the hype didn't do as well with the Yeezys, that he may not, it'll be scary going into the new thing. But I think just what they did, people are naturally going to gravitate towards whatever he's doing new. That's what I think.
I mean, Kanye definitely a trendsetter in what he does, but there is like this cult-like following when it comes to Nikes that other brands just don't have. Like, what I mean? Like if you look at you look at our world, Nike's number one and Nike's like number 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, what I mean? Like it's very rare that people camp out for an Adidas or a Reebok or a Puma.
Well, that's the difference. I think the difference between him going over to Adidas versus Nike is losing the Nike head, Yeah. So the main people that will gravitate towards the new shoe would be because they are fans of him and not the shoe. So that's the one thing that he will lose is the Nike heads. But then at the same time, he gains all the Adidas heads. And even though it might not be the same amount, for him, it might be enough.
Boy, were we wrong. Like, I mean, and I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know how this is going to work out. And, as I sit here wearing Yeezys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the Yeezy being the hottest shoe in the world, essentially. And, I own Sneaker Watch, which is one of the big sneaker sites, and I have access to any type of sneaker I want. But I noticed that when I wear some Yeezys, everyone just goes crazy. If I go to the doctors wearing Yeezys, like the nurses will,
They know.
will notice and stuff like
funny.
that. You don't quite get that same effect with Jordans.
Right.
Why do you think that the Yeezys made such an impact as a fashion person?
Because Kanye got the Donald Trump effect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He says the right things. He knows how to push buttons. And he knows what to say, when to say it, how to say it. And he knows how to make people know that he's hot. And, he knows the philosophy of unseen, untold, unsold. It means if people are not seeing your stuff, that means they're not talking about you. That means your shit ain't gonna sell. It's really that simple.
Right. I feel the shoes have been a huge hit. But I don't think people are really fucking with the clothes like that.
Not yet. I think, Kanye's clothes are very, very expensive. They're very, very
Very
pricey.
expensive,
And that
yeah.
could be all done. That could be another Donald Trump effect. It could be done by design. You heard the philosophy, people always want what they can't get. So just imagine the day that he decides to drop the price of his clothing, how many people are going to be lined up ready to buy it? Because right now, not that many people could afford an $800 t-shirt.
I can afford an $800 t-shirt. But when I looked at his line, and when you look at it, the problem that I have with it is that when you spend a lot of money on a certain piece of clothing, you want people to know that you're wearing a certain type of clothing.
Right.
When you put on like a Kanye sweatshirt, and there's a guy next to you in like a Russell, champion sweatshirt,
Yeah.
it doesn't really look much different.
I know where he's going with this. Like,
You see what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. But like how you could go to like Balmain or Gucci or Tom Ford, and they sell a lot of plain stuff for very expensive.
They do, but that's not their main sellers. Their main seller is the shit with the G on it or the LV on it or
Yeah.
or that type of thing.
I would think that Kanye's smart enough to figure it out. I think that he probably doesn't want to urbanize his brand by putting too much logos out there right now and just get it and like dilute that image of his brand. So I think if money is not really an option, not really an issue for you right now, he kind of could play this game and string it on for a while until he's able to really come out with his full collection with his name on it. I feel that he's not strapped for cash. I don't think he's strapped for no 52 million. Even if he was, he's not going to tell anybody that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Again, that's a good talking point. You know what I mean? I think it's great press. Again, I refer back to Donald Trump because I think they're both clever with statements. And,
Right.
I think it's great marketing and it's still working. So, I think he has a game plan to what he's doing.
Gucci's absolutely the boogeyman of hip hop. Like, it's just certain individuals you just know that at any given moment it could go left.
Right.
Gucci's one of them. T.I.'s one of them. I told y'all that before. I don't know why y'all keep acting like T.I. ain't Gucci level crazy. Maybe
T.I. is Gucci level crazy.
Gucci might be T.I. level crazy.
You mean to tell me that if I walked up to your mother right in front of you and shot her in the face, and then I left the country and you can't get to me, you wouldn't tell the police?
Hell no, where your mama stay at?